Welcome to Bahamas Educational Express lesson video. Today our subject is science and our topic is simple machines, wheel and axle and pulley. You will be identifying the pulley, wheel and axle, and list the simple machines. Work is done on an object when a force moves an object through a distance. People have made simple machines to make work easier. What is a simple machine? A simple machine changes the direction or size of a force. It makes it much easier to pull or push something over a large distance. Pulley. A pulley is made up of a rope or chain and a wheel around which the rope fits. When you pull down on a rope end, the wheel turns and the other rope ends move up. A pulley that moves in one place is called a fixed pulley. It is used to raise and lower something light, such as flag or small sail. The other kind of pulley is called a movable pulley. It is free to move up and down. One end of the rope is tied down. The load is hooked to the pulley. Pulling upon the rope makes both the pulley and the load raise. The wheel and axle. The wheel and axle is made up of a large wheel attached to a smaller wheel or a rod. Doorknob is part of a wheel and axle. The larger round knob turns the smaller axle. The axle is what pulls in the latch to open the door. Without the large knob, it will be difficult to turn the axle. The small effort force you to turn the knob becomes a large resulting force put out by the axle. How many simple machines are there? There are 6 simple machines. They are the levers or the levers, the wheel and axles, the pulleys, the screws, the inclined planes, and the wedges. Remember, there are 6 of them. Wheel and axle is only one. The lever. Levers are everywhere in our daily life, and examples include the seesaw, the oars that we use on a little boat, the scissors, and wheelbarrows. Here, example. In a lever, there are 3 parts, which are called the fulcrum. Then we have the effort, and we have the load. Okay? So when the load is always the one that goes down, the effort is always the one that goes up, and the fulcrum is in the middle. Example of objects that are levers or levers are the seesaws, the scissors, and the hammer. Wheel and axle. This type of simple machine is the most common Wheel cannot work without the axle. So we have here the wheel and axle, and the most common one is the door knob. We always turning the door knob. Force is used to turn the wheel, which then causes the wheel to turn. Examples of wheel and axles being used in everyday life include screwdrivers, skateboards, and doorknobs. Pulley. A pulley is a rope or a chain with a wheel and axle attached. Using a pulley means that the heavy load can be lifted without much effort. And so we have here the movable pulley, which is the crane moving up and down. Example of objects that are used pulleys include the lifts, the cranes, and also wells when you're trying to get water from the well. Screws. A simple machine that uses a screw allows something to move from a lower position to a higher position by moving it in a circle. Example of screws in everyday life are a jar lid, a drill, a tap, the end of a light bulb. Inclined plane. Some simple machines or mechanism uses an inclined plane. Inclined plane means looping or sloping. On an inclined plane, one end is lower than the other end. This allows things to travel from the higher end to the lower end, or vice versa, with little effort. There are inclined planes all around us, such as slides, ladders, and ramp. Those are examples of inclined planes. Inclined planes, so here we have wheel and axle, which will be on the wheelbarrow, taking up, going up the inclined plane. Inclined plane. Wedge. A wedge can be used to separate an object. It is usually triangular in shape. An example of this is an axe, which is two inclined planes. Wedges can also hold things together and stop them from moving. Examples include you have staples, you have nails, you have door stoppers. Those are examples of wedges. Can you remember the 6 simple machines? Stop the video, write them down, and see if you're correct. I hope you learned about wheel and axle, pulley, and simple machines.